Are you guys paying attention to what is happening right now? I literally just finished watching this absolute banger of a deep dive video about the new MacBook Neo2 supply chain leaks, and honestly, my jaw is still completely on the floor. I had to sit down and record this for you guys immediately, because the Neo2 is dropping way sooner than anybody expected, and I am calling it right here and now. This machine is going to completely destroy every single other laptop on the market. I am dead serious. The guy in the video laid out all the raw numbers, and Apple is literally fixing every single annoying flaw we all hated about the first generation. Plus, they are keeping the price tag so ridiculously low that Windows laptop CEOs should probably just start packing up their offices today. Let us break down exactly what I learned, because there are 10 massive upgrades you absolutely need to know about before you buy your next computer. Let us kick things off with a quick reality check on where the laptop market is sitting right now. The current MacBook Neo is already bullying the competition. If you look at the actual sales numbers for the second quarter of 2026, Apple is somehow up 10%. Meanwhile, every other single PC brand out there is either completely flatlining or bleeding a massive ton of money, and that success is entirely riding on the back of the first Neo. Even with its weird bottlenecks and weird flaws, people are snatching it up like hotcakes. So, just imagine the absolute chaos and the massive lines when the Neo2 drops with all the fixes I am about to show you. It is actually insane to think about. Reason number 2 is all about protecting your hard-earned cash. Apple absolutely loves to make us angry by jacking up their prices, right? The MacBook Pro is insanely expensive nowadays, but the Neo has somehow survived all the corporate greed, coming in at just $699. The base Neo is basically an undisputed heavyweight champion. And here is the truly crazy part I picked up from the leaks. Apple is already doing their weird sneaky price hikes on other hardware right now, like making the Apple TV way more expensive just because they feel like it. But because they already did that, the $699 price tag for the Neo 2 is basically totally safe and locked in. You are getting unbeatable value with absolutely zero sneaky price bumps at checkout. Okay, let us talk about the third big takeaway, the internal hardware. We are getting the brand new A19 Pro chip. That means a solid 10% bump in single-core speed and 14% in multi-core performance. But the graphics, man, that is the real kicker here. We are looking at a massive 40% jump from the old chip. You can actually play real heavy games on this thing now without it turning into a literal space heater on your lap. But the absolute best part of this new silicon is the RAM. The A19 Pro comes with 12 gigabytes of memory right out of the box. Now, going from 8 to 12 might sound like a tiny baby step to some people. But think about it like this. Just turning the laptop on and opening a couple of Chrome tabs to watch YouTube eats up 6 gigs immediately. On the old 8 gig model, that left you with a sad, pathetic 2 gigs of free space. With 12 gigs, you have 6 gigs of free space. You literally just tripled the breathing room for your daily workflow. Meanwhile, Windows brands are still pumping out cheap 8 gig laptops just to hit a fake budget price point, and they are going to get absolutely destroyed by this setup. Moving on to reason 4, the release timeline. There was this wild dark web leak recently from Tata Electronics over in India. It showed the logic board for the upcoming iPad mini 8 and confirmed Apple is actually putting the A20 Pro chip inside that tablet. Why does that matter to us? Because it means Apple is not wasting the A19 Pro chips on their iPads. They are hoarding all those A19 chips specifically for the MacBook Neo 2. Because they have this massive stockpile ready to rock and roll, we could see the Neo 2 launch as early as January. That is just 10 months after the first one came out. The first Neo got totally ruined by global chip shortages. But this time, Apple is ready to flood the market and sell millions of units on day one. Reason 5. This is basically the very last affordable Mac that actually makes any logical sense to buy. Apple got super greedy and pushed the 13-inch Air up by $200. It costs $1,300 now. Remember the good old days when you could get an Air for $750? Yeah, those days are completely dead and gone forever. The Air and Pro prices are a complete total joke now, so snagging the Neo 2 at $699 for the base model or $799 for the 512 gig model is the absolute safest bet if you are on a normal human budget. Number 6 fixes my absolute biggest personal pet peeve, the ridiculously slow solid-state drive. If you look at the speed jump from the iPhone 16 Pro to the new 17 Pro, the storage speed literally doubled overnight. Since the Neo uses the exact same internal brain, the Neo 2 is getting twice the SSD speed as well. File transfers are going to be practically instant, But way more importantly, your memory swap is going to be incredibly fast. When the laptop runs out of RAM and borrows storage to keep things running, it will not freeze up and stutter anymore. Thank goodness for that. Reason 7 is another huge headache, totally fixed for good. The charging speed. The first Neo charged at 20 measly watts. It was literally like watching grass grow in your backyard. You basically had to leave it plugged in overnight just to get anywhere useful. But the new tech supports 40-watt fast charging. You can just plug it in while you take a quick 10-minute shower and actually leave the house with a solid usable battery percentage. Number 8 is massive for anyone who uses accessories. The port situation right now is terrible. You have to waste your one good USB-C port just to charge the dumb thing, but the video highlighted leaks showing Apple is finally slapping MagSafe 3 onto the Neo 2. You get your snappy magnetic charging back, and your data ports stay totally free for your actual gear. Such a simple, easy fix, but it changes absolutely everything for daily use. Reason 9 is the whole artificial intelligence trend taking over the world. Because this laptop gets 12 gigs of RAM, it fully supports Apple Intelligence and the crazy new upgraded Siri. I was watching some recent tests of the iOS 27 beta, and this new Siri is absolutely no joke. It actually beats out Gemini in a lot of tasks. Having an AI that actually works built right into a budget laptop is going to be a massive selling point for regular, everyday people. And finally, reason 10, the N1 chip. This little guy brings Wi-Fi 7 to the MacBook Neo 2. The original only had Wi-Fi 6E. Wi-Fi 7 is basically witchcraft. It automatically bounces between the 2.4, 5, and 6 GHz bands, depending on exactly where you are standing in your house. Walk to the kitchen, it switches. Go out to the backyard, it switches again. It never drops. It is flawlessly reliable. So, when you add all of this crazy stuff up, the MacBook Neo 2 is going to be an absolute monster next year. After watching that leak breakdown, I know the competition just does not have an answer for this kind of value. I cannot wait to get my hands on one for the channel. Let me know down in the comments if you guys are going to upgrade, and hit that subscribe button if you want more tech deep dives like this. Catch you guys in the next one.